Your p-value, we use it in statistics to calculate the number of observations to see if we would use the null hypothesis so that we could check to see if we have a true null hypothesis or do we reject it from our hypothesis. Now, a p-value is used in hypothesis testing to decide whether to accept or reject the null hypothesis, and the hypothesis test determines the relationship between two categorical variables. It could be age, education level, race, ethnicity, and you name it. We're trying to be able to see if we can observe it using our p-value test and hypothesis testing for data that is made available to us if we're using secondary data. Now, p-value, if the p is smaller than 0.05, so let's say 0.049, we reject the null hypothesis. Or if it's greater than or equal to 0.05, we still reject the null hypothesis. If it is larger than 0.05, so let's say 0.051 or 0.05000004, that is still larger than 0.05. There is no relationship, so we accept the null hypothesis. In SPSS, we do not need to worry about knowing the formula since the software is already installed. So you're able to end up running tests as much as you need to see if your information is significant and what type of information or variables you could use congruently or together, so that way you can have a more significant variable that it reaches 0.05 alpha threshold. Now, significance, we also end up having it where it could be through decimal level or significance level. For instance, less than or equal to 0.1 is highly significant, and that is 0.010. Whereas significant, where it's significance at 0.95%, it would be 0.05 for significance, and the decimal level would be 0.050. And if it's not significant, it would be greater than 0.5. So over here, it could be 0.051, 0.00. It could be 0.05004, and then it would not be significant because that is above 0.05 threshold.